Hello, welcome to the Monthly Market Minute, the wrap up of the prior month's activity in the Hamilton residential real estate market. I'm Mike McCarthy with Remax Escarpment. I'm trying to keep this quick. I'm sorry that it's a few days late. It's summer. um, so what's happened with the median price? So we hit 770, which is almost at the same level that it was last January, just off by 1.1%. Still down 19.6% from that peak in February of 2022, but finally inched under that, a 20% drop. And still up almost 63% from 5 years ago. So longer term owners looking good. Days on market still going pretty quickly. 14 days for the typical property being sold. It's the lowest June on record, other than the two crazy COVID years. And it's the second lowest month in 2023 and in the past 12 months. So things are going pretty quickly. If you've been out in the market, you've noticed. Okay, months of inventory inched up a little bit, even though we're still down. It's down 27% from last June, so definitely a smaller relative number of inventory. But it's up from the past 3 months. The last 3 months were lower than this, so interesting to see that going in an increased direction. Now we'll get to the number of sales. We had 661 sales, which was up 8% from last June, down almost 16% from May. But what we saw overall was the sales numbers about just 3/4 of the typical June, so staying within that 75 to 85% range we've seen for the last number of months, but at the lower end of that range. Now, June is usually the second busiest month for sales in a 12-month year, but it's already been outpaced by both May and April. So at best, it's going to be the third busiest month of the year. And we do expect to see a small drop in sales from May to June, but this year the drop is about 3 times larger than what we would normally see from month over month. That may be a result of that interest rate hike, which took a bit of demand out of the market. New inventory. So new listings were, we had down 22% from last year, where we had a lot of new inventory, down just over 5% from the amount that we had in May. This with the increase in new listings, with the decrease in sales, has sales to new listings ratio down to 56.3%. It was up over 70 just 2 months ago. It's just over. We're almost at. So we're about just over 90% of the typical amount of new listings. So we're inching towards expected levels. We were down like around 70 earlier in the year. So keep an eye on this, combining with the stalled sales that we might be seeing, which will result in inventory buildup. We saw, there is usually a small drop from May to June. And this one was more expected than that drop that we saw in the number of sales. And the sales to new listing, like I said, dropped to 56%, down from 71.3 in April. And it's normally around 68 to 70% in June. So definitely lower than normal for the month of June. Lastly, when we get down to the amount, what's this having on the effect on the total amount of inventory? Inventory is down 21.1% from last June. It's up 8%. From May, and it's just under 80% of the normal levels that we'll see for June. Now, usually June is the peak month of the year in terms of seeing total inventory, so it will be interesting to see if that holds with the slowdown in sales combined with the increase in the increase in new listing the slowdown in sales really outpacing the increase in new listings. So I predict that over the next month or two, we will see that June does not hold as the high watermark for listings. I also see over the next couple months, unless something drastically changes, that we may have seen the peak, either June or July, the peak of the price value for the market. We'll see. just a prediction from a guy sitting here in a chair. Anyways, I hope that this was interesting. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share it as usual. Appreciate your time, appreciate your input, appreciate your feedback. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. Otherwise, we will see you in a few weeks and wrap up the month of July. Enjoy your summer and wear your sunscreen. It's good for you.